never had it happen to me. Send your ticket. Send your ticket. You realize I work at the so you go to I wish I could.
Some people think it's supposed to be the story. And then some
Can I please still the attention of the graduates? We're gonna do the class photo first. So I know some families are still eating and some of our grads haven't had quite as much time, but I'm gonna pull all of our grads up first for a photo before we start the ceremony. So if you can make your way up front, please.
This one's a little bit softer. There was only. Yes. Thanks, guys. Yeah. That
I have a little bit of time off of work. I don't know. If not, I go back and start That's crazy.
I don't remember that president like this. I talked to him already.
So it's a rule of different activities you get. I want to say it's like well, there's like
Congratulations, I knew you got it. That's what you kept saying, and yes. And I haven't seen it for a while. Really? Have some babies, I heard. Oh, wow. No idea who I am. Congratulations. Super proud of you. I'm gonna mix you. I'm not gonna lie.
we're gonna have a cup of coffee, so
There's so many good work. It's kind of serious. I'm gonna have a cup of coffee.
we have a lot of debates.
A lot of debates. That's why I'm gonna miss you. You kept it nice.
It's cool. Like, oh, we were doing like diversity scale certain situations we think important
Is it going now? Sorry about that, everybody.
All right, everybody. We are officially going to get things rolling here. We have a long list of graduates, which is amazing. We want to celebrate each and every one of you. You all deserve the attention and the congratulations. But that takes a little bit of time. So we are gonna move through ceremonies. We have a few last words to share with you as you leave and transition from your high school careers off to all of your other phases. Team leadership diplomas and some stories to share with everybody. We have a lot of people within our Fremont community who are a huge support and a huge part of why our students are successful. We are very, very fortunate to have a school district, a school board, and just general Fremont community that supports what we do as educators in general, but then also specifically what we do at Learning Center with alternative education. It's very unique. We are so grateful that you have taken some of your time with high school to be with us. We want to recognize the people that are up front. I'll introduce everybody here and then we'll give them a round of applause. And then we have many other supporters. I will try to catch everybody, some names that are really advocates for who we are and what we do. So up front, I will start on my left. The superintendent of Fremont Public Schools is Mark Shepard. He's here. Our administrator, Scott Jensen. He's also executive director of secondary operations. We have Shannon Hageman, our English teacher. Eric Barthel, social studies. Lita, science. Mike Rosh, our vocational coordinator, and then myself. I'm Leah Bruner, and I coordinate Learning Center, and I'm also the math teacher. So I want to not take a lot of time, but we do have a lot of people that have been part of our Learning Center family for a long time. So also helping us in the back, and not quite as visible, but the food. First, can I get a round of applause for everybody? We have Miriam, our office associate, who has been working hard in the back. We have some of our other family members. Holly has helped us out this evening. Audrey and Gabe have helped us out this evening. Staff, Mary Granger, Denny Hermel, Marlene Bacher. We really, really appreciate all of our Learning Center family who come to celebrate with us every year, and I want to thank them. Let's give them a round of applause. And as you know, we have lots of people within our district and then secondary partners within our community that we work with closely, all part of our support for students to move through some pretty significant barriers on many occasions and help them succeed in their education. So some other folks that are in the back, hiding a little bit, we also have Dr. Jen Robinson. She's our Executive Director of Human Resources and Elementary Operations. Thank you for being here. Kate Heineman, Executive Director of Teaching and Learning. We have school board members here with us tonight. Todd Hansen is here. He brought also Dr. Shannon Hansen. She is the Special Education Coordinator at the high school and knows many of our students. John Ludvigson is here from the school board. Pam Murphy, thank you for being here. Terry Sorensen and Rachel Sorensen, thank you. She's working with our students on life skills this year. Can we give them all a round of applause? One additional special guest, we have the Honorable Judge Klein as well as his wife in attendance, and we really, really appreciate you coming to celebrate. He gets to see maybe the not so pretty pieces of pathways with students, sometimes that we serve at Learning Center, and he's here to celebrate successes following that. So can we give him a round of applause? Where is he? And Dr. Brad Dahl, I missed you, our assistant superintendent currently, but soon to be our head honcho superintendent of schools next year. Thank you, Brad. As promised, I'm going to hand the mic over to Mr. Jensen so that he can say a brief congrats.
Thank you, Leah. I want to first of all congratulate all our graduates, and I just want to welcome everybody here tonight. I'm going to be really short because it's not about me. It's not even about our fantastic teachers and support staff that we have here. We have so many people and so many support staff that have done so much to help these students get to where they're at. But it's all about these 26 students that have worked so hard to get where they're at. Some of them maybe thought they wouldn't get there, but the work that they did and the time that they spent and the efforts that family and friends put in to help them get there is truly special. I know 12 years ago when I came to the district, Mr. Shepard, who is going to be retiring at the end of this year, told me, you need to come to the Learning Center graduation because it truly is one of the best nights of the district. And it is one of my favorite nights. It is my favorite night to be here. I appreciate the hard work that these kids go through, some of the big troubles that they work through and find their way through, the support of the family and friends, and all the things that we do to get them there. So I'd like to for us to give those 26 members that are graduating tonight one round of applause. As promised, I'm going to be really short, but Mark Shepard, our next quick speaker, which Mark is not known for being a quick speaker, but Mark is retiring after this year, after 39 years of education, and so a super special one more round of applause for Mr. Mark.
Thank you, and the applause is not whatsoever. I really relish this night. As Scott shared, I shared with him 12 years ago, this is an event you don't want to miss. I can tell you, we've had this event with a lot smaller crowds over the years, a lot fewer graduates, and this is amazing. When I look at and hear the stories of what our students have been through, beyond what every student's been through, this group of students has been through the flood. They've been through the pandemic. Fun story today, Laura Lede, my assistant, and you'll hear this again on Saturday if you come to the graduation over at Midland. Her son is part of your graduating class, Chase Lede, and he went to the middle school today as opposed to his elementary school, and for the graduation class. And he said to his mom afterwards, "Mom, there were 3 teachers that I had never seen before without a mask on." And when you think about it, that's true, because those teachers were their teachers during the pandemic. We were all wearing those crazy masks. Thank goodness for them. A couple things that I would say. The challenges along the way absolutely make you stronger. And that's not just a saying, that's reality. You guys have persevered. You've met those challenges head on. You've taken control of your education. And that shows everybody a lot. And that's going to do you very well in the future. It's going to serve you in a job. It's going to serve you in your relationships. It's going to serve you as a parent, as a brother, a sister, a spouse, a partner. And that's so important. The support that's around you, as has already been mentioned, is amazing. I think it's awesome that Judge Klein comes and supports you. Some of you have been before Judge Klein, but you know what? He doesn't give up on you. He's here. He wants to support you. Our school board members, 100% of the time, make decisions that are great for kids. And they have kids in mind every time they make a decision. I will tell you that, the retirement is bittersweet because I don't get to participate in this official capacity for graduation in the future. But I will tell you, if I'm in the area and I'm in town and we're going to have Learning Center graduation in the future, I'm going to try to come. One last thing I'll say is Leah Berner deserves a big round of applause for a couple reasons. Number one, her leadership of this program, but also, most importantly, she told me earlier that she went on a little advanced mission helping Mel's to try the food for tonight earlier this week. Let's give her a round of applause. One of the things I take great pride in both tonight and also on Saturday is I get to share with our Board of Education members that the graduates that are here tonight, that are going to get their diplomas, have met all the requirements of not only the state of Nebraska, but also the Fremont Public Schools to be named graduates of Fremont Public Schools, Fremont High School. Thank you. Good luck in all your future endeavors.
good news is I'm actually shorter than both of those guys. And I will be shorter than both of those guys. I'm here to tell you a little bit about the work experience program at the Fremont Learning Center, which I've been proud to be a part of 26 active years and 10 volunteering. And it's the greatest thing for students to work, earn some money, and get some credit. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. I've got a slide. We can work through that. There we go. So this is the statistics just for this academic school year. And I'll preface it with 16 students participated in the summer work experience program in the summer of 24. So they brought classes, 33 classes worth of credit with them when the school year started. And roughly they earned about $40,000 working in the summer. First quarter had 27 students participate, second quarter 25, third quarter 29, and so far fourth quarter we're sitting at 29. Do the math, it averages out about 28 per quarter are taking part in that program. So that's exciting, and I enjoy keeping track of that for them. If you look at the numbers up there, this year so far, and I'm still turning in credit for the next couple of days, 184 classes have been earned. 16,518 hours have been worked, and I use a $13.50 per hour to figure money that they earn. So the overall cash they've earned so far, and it's still adding up, is pretty close to $250,000. That's pretty impressive. So my congratulations to you. We also keep track of the senior who earns the most work experience classes while they're at the college. And of course, the longer you're there, the more that probably is going to happen. And I do want to point out the irony of the retired guy giving out an award for people at work. I'm not sure if that makes a lot of sense, but I do enjoy it. And this year, someone we know, over the course of their time with us, there are 37 classes of work experience credit. And we have a vocational award for that person. Jose Mendoza, would you come up, please? Oh, there you go. No, that's 185 credits, above and beyond what you needed, right? That was good on your transfer. Big deal. Last year we had 36, this is a new record.
Good evening, Learning Center class of 2025 graduates and families. While you've been at the Learning Center, we have conquered much together. We celebrated new jobs, goals being met, and new additions to the family. But we've also mourned together the loss of jobs, the passing of our friends, and people we care about moving on to the next chapter without us. Together, we have rolled our eyes at first place team leaders gloating, certain teachers' poor taste in music or bad jokes, but not you, Mike. Your jokes are top notch. They are funny. Together, we've applauded and woo-hooed when Compton Circumstance plays in the intercom announcing our newest graduate. The point is, we've been through a lot together. We're like a family, our own little alternative family. And we know your story isn't over yet. So as you turn this page and begin the next chapter, please come back and tell us what you're celebrating, what you're grieving, and what has you rolling your eyes. We're here for it. And maybe this summer or next fall, when you see your old classmates who are still in school, take a moment to say hi and to remind them that the hard things are worth it, that a high school diploma is worth it. You are all proof that no matter what obstacles come your way, the goals you set are worth achieving. Encourage them to keep at it. And also, maybe take a quick minute to thank those who have encouraged you along the way. So before we move on to diplomas, just one more note, please refrain from leaving your seats during the diploma presentation so families can get a clear shot for photos. So without further delay, Jasmine Kelso, please come forward. So Jasmine's journey at the Learning Center was short and sweet, but her overall high school career wasn't without its obstacles. Jasmine was never really a fan of school, and after missing most of her junior year, she earned a transfer referral. That time on probation, in her words, really kicked her into gear, and she started to take school more seriously. She took some summer classes before her senior year, and per the judge's suggestion, applied to attend the Learning Center for her last year of high school. While with us, I barely saw her. She was employed and took advantage of the Monday incentive. Then, before the week was up, she graced us with her smile, knowing very well she was utilizing the 25 assignment incentive. She kept her team in first place every week by adding nearly 40 assignments to our team totals, and she knocked out those last 7 classes just before the first quarter ended. Jasmine currently works as tutors, enjoying learning new skills and training to be manager. Once she settles into this new position, she'll reconsider her original plan to attend Metro and become a veterinary assistant. Jasmine, in your senior autobiography, you quoted Langston Hughes, who said, "I have discovered that there are ways of getting almost anywhere you want to go, if you really want to go." You've shown the reality of Hughes' words by the hard work you put into reaching your goals. You decide where the road leads next, Jasmine, and when you're ready, when you really want to go, you'll not only arrive at your destination, but I trust you'll arrive with your best foot forward, a positive attitude, and that beautiful smile. Congratulations, Jasmine. Lily Barrington. So Lily originally joined the Learning Center in the spring of 2023. However, she didn't attend regularly and didn't return the following year. She had transferred out. This wasn't a new change for Lily. Her freshman year, she spent time at Hawley and struggled during the COVID pandemic. Thankfully, she moved to Boys Town, a place where she truly felt at home. She spent her sophomore year there and got caught up on credit. She made friends and enjoyed the structured environment. The little successes at Boys Town motivated her to keep improving herself, which only led to more success. But by her junior year, she was back at FHS, not getting along well and missing her Boys Town home. She came to Learning Center hoping to find some success, but decided she needed some space for confidence at home and moved to Lincoln to stay with extended family. She attended school, but didn't meet the requirements to graduate with her cohort. Lily's situation changed a bit, and she decided once again to move back to Fremont to be closer to her mom, especially since she would need her support as Lily was preparing to become a mom too. She enrolled with us in August, determined to finish her last 6 classes and graduate before her baby's arrival. Sure enough, she turned in her last assignment, graduated, and 10 days later gave birth to her son, Josiah. While she's still considering a career in nursing, she's in the throes of new motherhood and focused on creating and maintaining a loving home for her son. Lily, I'm so thankful we were able to share a part in your journey. Please remember, no matter where your journey leads next, the Learning Center will always be a piece of home, and you'll always be a part of ours. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hannah, Sober, come on down. Hannah enrolled with us at the start of her junior year. She made it very clear she wasn't interested in graduating and would be okay writing out her time until she could drop out, despite her mother and me trying to convince her otherwise. She recognized that pandemic freshman year and online learning was a great setback, although school was never her favorite thing. Hannah appreciated the smaller classes at Learning Center since they eased her anxieties, but she didn't cope well with the individual paced curriculum. She fell 7 classes short of graduating with her cohort. She didn't let that fuel her argument, though. In fact, she completed 2 courses in summer school and came back this year ready to finish those last 5 classes in her diploma. Her motivation was evident as she turned in over 25 assignments the first week, met her assignment goals nearly every week after. With every goal she met, every class she finished, she grew in confidence and perseverance. She told me she always doubted herself, and every failure made her feel more defeated. She always assumed there was too much to do, and she'd never graduate. But this year, she kept pushing, kept telling herself one assignment, one goal, one class at a time. And with that mantra in mind, she turned in her last American Lit assignment and graduated, nearly 6 weeks before her goal. In her autobiography, Hannah quotes Confucius saying, "Our greatest glory is not never failing, but in rising every time we fail." Hannah, you applied that truth this year, rising above failures, the self-doubt, the overwhelming task at hand, and you can now bask in the glory of earning your high school diploma. We're proud of you for sticking with it, and when those doubts start creeping back in, remember your mantra, and you'll achieve your next great glory. Congratulations. Toby Wagner. Toby enrolled with us at the beginning of the school year, a senior getting just 4 classes to graduate. Piece of cake, right? He didn't even graduate early, right? Right? Well, Toby soon realized this would not be an easy task. He battled physical and mental health issues that left his motivation unstable. His attendance was decent, he just wasn't consistent with the coursework. Some weeks he turned in nothing, other weeks he turned in 20 to 40 assignments. Outside of school, Toby worked hard and put in many hours employed at Walmart, which helped him close out several extra work experience electives. Toby argued with his dad in the fall conferences, insisting he wouldn't graduate. Toby credits his dad and sisters as being a big source of support, as well as his nieces and nephews. They encouraged Toby to push through as he got better at regulating his health, started asking teachers for help, and gradually started completing classes. Sure enough, not only did he graduate, but he graduated a quarter early. Toby plans to attend Mid-Plains Community College and begin his Gen Eds before finalizing plans to pursue something in the mental health field. His experience as a kid who struggles with mental and physical health has inspired him to support others struggling. In his autobiography, he says, "I know that no matter what I do, life won't be easy, but I want to help make it easier for others." Toby, your story is your strength, which isn't measured by ease, but by endurance and courage. Let your story power your drive to help others find their strength. You aren't just a graduate, you're an inspiration to those who struggle to overcome obstacles as you did, and as you continue to do. We're proud of you for having the strength to stick with it and earn your diploma. Congratulations, Toby. Taylor Story, come on down. By her junior year, Taylor was struggling with social issues and creating healthy boundaries. She skipped classes because they were boring, and she ended up on probation for truancy, but she was still on track to graduate early. Her probation officer suggested she try the Learning Center, but there was some pushback. For example, she'd have to face peers she had a bad history with. She also faced misconceptions about the Learning Center being an easy way out and earning an alternative diploma. She worried our strict attendance policy would be an issue. Soon after enrolling with us, she discovered peer conflict could be avoided, and that she'd have to work hard to earn her diploma, which is, in fact, a real FHS diploma. She also learned that attendance would indeed be an issue for her. She spent most of her junior year on modified attendance and didn't complete much coursework, returning senior year with 9 classes to go. She made a very detailed plan, attended summer school, but still missed graduating with her cohort by 6 classes. Although she was discouraged and disappointed about missing the graduation deadline, she stayed focused on her career and enjoyed earning a paycheck, often working a lot of overtime. This year, after some long gaps in communication and a threat to withdraw her enrollment, followed by some health issues, she came back. If I've learned anything about Taylor during her time on my team, it's that she will achieve what she set out to do, no matter what, but she will do it on her own timeline, in her own way, and there is not much anyone can do about it. She attempted to create her own distance learning program by going on modified, coming back, going back on modified, creating a special modified plan, revising that plan, creating a new plan, then revising the new plan, and so on. Taylor basically tried to create her own program in order to earn her diploma. I mean, we're flexible, we take pride in our individual curriculum and our self-paced curriculum, but Taylor was out to make the whole program hers. She eventually realized it doesn't work that way, and we needed to be somewhere in the middle. Once we got the work-school social life balance, sort of, we were able to make progress. At last, she turned in that last glorious chapter and earned her diploma. Taylor, your journey proved it's okay to forge your own path, to know when to bend without breaking, and to achieve the next great goal. Keep at it, Taylor. Much success to you. Congratulations. Jose, you want to come back up to the podium? Jose, where do I start? I suppose we should go back to the beginning of freshman year. Yeah, we're going back. That was the year he decided to quit addressing his challenges with attention and focus. That was the year friends who were away for various reasons came back and the old crew was together again. The year of One Piece, Luffy, and the Straw Hat crew, and not turning in homework, of being confrontational with teachers and admin. Poor choices led to suspensions, and by junior year, Jose's conflicts and suspensions forced him to the Learning Center. Unfortunately, it didn't end there. While he wasn't as combative here, he didn't always follow the rules and still earned himself a suspension or two. He attended pretty regularly, but he didn't complete much coursework, often using his phone as a distraction, often watching One Piece or some other video. He admits he spent his time playing video games, more time playing video games rather than doing homework. He worked very hard outside of school, her top earner, after all, but he missed graduating with his schoolwork by 15 classes. He came back, took some summer school courses, and returned this year to finish. Even though he didn't graduate with his cohort, he still wanted to do good things. He worked full-time and moved out of his mom's house in with a roommate. His friends encouraged him to keep going, but the demands of balancing it all became too much, and he decided to move back home and focus on school. With that new focus and a new baby sister to impress, Jose started turning in work more regularly and finished the last 6 core classes this year, earning his high school diploma. As Jose continues to work full-time, he also considers growing in his culinary skills. He makes a mean steak from what I hear. Jose, was it Luffy who said mean as life? I can't send you off without some inspirational words from your esteemed monkey Luffy. So Jose, like Luffy, charging the battle for that piece of meat, or Sanji dodging Luffy's taste test, you faced every challenge head on, with passion, perseverance, and probably your hands. And just like Luffy sailed through storms, sea monsters, and his own hunger pains, you made it through every assignment, late night, and I'm not going to finish this moment. You didn't give up because any true straw hat, you've got guts, grits, and a dream too big to quit. Now, go out there and chase your version of the One Piece, preferably with less campfire. Oh, and one more bit of advice. Don't let anyone touch your food without asking. Luffy would. Jose, I'm proud of you, and it's been an honor serving as your team leader. Be sure to come back and visit us, especially when you have a recipe to share or need taste testers. Congratulations on achieving this milestone. Ms. Robinson. Spencer's education started in Fremont and Linden Elementary, where his favorite person was Jeannie, the office associate, who kept him company the many times he was kicked out of the classroom. He moved to another district during middle school, and by junior year, he desperately wanted to come back to FPS. After his mom made that happen, he suddenly realized things were very different, and the larger classes and crowded halls were a bit much for him. On top of that, not all of his credits transferred, and he felt overwhelmed with the amount of work needed to graduate. His counselor suggested he enroll at Learning Center, and he came to us second quarter of his senior year. Unfortunately, at that time, he also suffered an injury, no longer had a working vehicle, and sustained a few legal setbacks. He fell short of graduation by 8 classes, but returned this year to finish. By the start of third quarter, he spent most of his time modified for attendance and only finished 2 classes. Through it all, his mom was in his corner, coaxing him along, encouraging him to keep at it, and threatening him as needed. His mom and I had tough conversations and agreed if Spencer needed to want this. We gave him some space and left him to decide what step to take next. Spencer took the next step and buckled down, finishing those last 4 classes and earning his diploma. Now he's planning to attend Southeast Community College in Milford, where he will pursue power sports technology. He also plans to become a jack of all trades, getting certifications in welding and auto diesel mechanics. In fact, just last weekend, he earned his OSHA forklift certification through Metro. Eventually, he hopes to work with his uncle and grandpa at their motorcycle repair and fabrication shop. Spencer, this diploma isn't just a token of your accomplishment. It is proof of the hidden battles you fought, the obstacles you overcame, and the love and support you have around you, especially parents. In the end, it was you who needed to want this, you who, I'm gonna edit this, so it's family appropriate, but it's your original words. You who need to get your stuff together and get out. Well, Spencer, you did it. You got your stuff together and got out. Congratulations. Cody Meyer. When someone tells Cody he can't do something, he says, "Here, hold my wrench, watch me." That's what he must have been thinking when he came to Learning Center, needing 3 English classes to graduate. Not a big deal, right? Well, he also had 6 weeks to do it, if he wanted to attend graduation. Not only that, but he had already had plans in place for the next step, attending the Southeast Community College GM Automotive Service Program in Milford with cooperation with State Bill as his employer. Oh, and did I mention he works full-time? On Cody's first day, I laid it all out for him, everything he needed to complete in order to close out each of those 3 remaining classes. I sent him home for the weekend and warned that the amount of work he completed will be a big indicator of how likely it is he'll finish by graduation. He came back that Monday with a pay stub and 40 completed tasking assignments. Okay, I thought, he's gonna do this. We made calls about cap and gowns and got to work on the next assignments. The following week, he completed 3. Cody knew what he had to do, and it was up to him to do it, or not. He could come back next year, but we weren't sure Milford would hold his spot. The next week, he turned in another 25 assignments. He slept, worked, read, or wrote, reread, and wrote some more. And so it went each week until he finished his final essay and graduated with about a week to spare. After reading Cody's autobiography, it made sense. He was always a straight A student up until sophomore year when things got more rigorous and he lost motivation. This is about the same time he got mixed up with the wrong crowd and found himself in trouble in and out of school. He made some poor choices, but that didn't change the fact that he had a strong work ethic and takes pride in earning everything he has, never expecting anything handed out to him, including his diploma. In his autobiography, Cody says, "My best advice I could give is don't waste your time because we don't have a lot of it." Well, Cody, you certainly didn't waste your time at the Learning Center. You set your eye on the goal and got to work. With your work ethic and pride in doing well for yourself, I trust you'll have success at Milford and in everything you do. Congratulations. That's the one. Bruno Rugg. Okay. When I began to write this speech for Bruno, I realized I didn't know much about him beyond what he put in his autobiography. He's a very private person, and he has his reasons. From our conversations, however, I know he's very loyal to the people he cares about and very protective by nature. He spends much of his day helping out his mom and caring for his younger sisters. Family is important to him, and it's how he ended up here, instead of still on the East Coast. After moving around a bit, he appreciates settling down in Nebraska, where the pace is slower and life is quieter. It taught him patience and humility and gave him time to observe the world around him, be in the moment, and value life. It's where he found the courage to talk to his crush, the woman who is now his girlfriend, and a source of inspiration and encouragement. Life wasn't always this way for Bruno. When I look back at his school records, there's much evidence of anger, profanity, aggression, and disrespect. He didn't graduate with his cohort and dropped out of school. In his autobiography, Bruno says, "Friends taught me that it's okay to go through tough things. Everybody does. But it's what you do with what happens that creates the character and makes you a better person." Bruno's strength and character showed as he recognized his need to improve and worked hard to make changes in his perspective, attitude, and responses. It shows in his daily interactions and relationships that he's owned his mistakes and bettered himself in the process. His girlfriend Sierra encouraged him to join her in returning to school and earning a diploma. He enrolled second quarter with 6 classes between him and graduation. He finished up his classes pretty quickly, but lingered a little bit with those final math credits. On May 2nd, with Sierra by his side, he earned his high school diploma. Bruno, you've shown that it's never too late, that second chances matter, and that the human spirit is stronger than any struggle. We are proud of you for this great accomplishment. Congratulations. Jonah, go Huskies. Come on in. I should have been right. As a Learning Center sophomore, Jonah averaged 2 assignments a week. As a junior, he averaged 3. As a senior, he kicked it up a notch and averaged a whole 5 assignments a week. At that rate, he'd graduate in 2040. So it was not a surprise that he didn't meet graduation requirements, and he finished 12th grade still needing 16 more classes to graduate. That's not to say Jonah didn't work hard outside the classroom. He's been employed with Buffalo Wild Wings for over 2 years. He completed over 18 with experience credit and takes pride in the fact that he moved out of his mom's house at 17 and has been pretty independent since. In Jonah's autobiography, he says, "The greatest lesson I've learned in life so far is that you have to do it yourself. Nobody is going to reach your goals or make your dreams come true. It's something you have to accomplish on your own." This was a hard lesson realized when Jonah when he didn't graduate his schoolwork. He came back this year and said he'd finish no matter what. His girlfriend Destiny was a big supporter of his plans to graduate. Jonah says her nagging about homework annoyed him sometimes, but he appreciated her for pushing him. This year, he averaged 25 assignments a week while working full-time and helping run a household and supporting a family. When he was in class, it was kind of comical to see him roll his eyes at the shenanigans of his younger classmates. We'd have to remind them that he was once that honored young man looking for distraction. We appreciated the example he set later on as a motivated student. While he couldn't always attend classes, he took advantage of the 25 assignment incentive and maintained productivity while juggling a move, transportation issues, and work schedules. This past Monday, Jonah turned in his last 28 assignments and graduated. While he's still working hard at Buffalo Wild Wings, he's not planning to stay there forever and like to pursue a trade and work with machinery. In the meantime, he's looking forward to a well-earned vacation at Fly Duck Maine this summer. So Jonah, enjoy this time, take a nap as you bask in the sun, and ride the waves toward your next future endeavor. Best wishes and congratulations on graduation.
I was saying earlier today, it's not really fair that I have to follow a published author and be an English teacher, but. Before we totally get started here, I just wanted to kind of go through being a Learning Center teacher is extremely personal. I catch myself in conversations with coworkers and other people saying, my kids, sometimes because it seems like we spend so much time with the kids outside of school, figuring out what's going on, what we can do to help, what more can be done just in general. So being able to see some of the things all these students, your kids have worked through, it's really inspiring to us as teachers. Like I said, it's such a personal thing. So like we feel the failures and we feel the successes. So that's why this is such a wonderful night. So just want to tell the students how much we really appreciate it. Every time we hear that music going, when we're in the middle of class, we all celebrate that. So I just wanted to remind you what it's like to work here. So we appreciate it. Okay. Peyton Gomez, come on up. Okay. Peyton was with us for a very short time, starting in March of last year and finishing up in August. So very quick, yeah, he knew what he needed to do, got it done, he was finished. Peyton is looking forward toward a bright future in animal sciences. Peyton has shown incredible commitment to learning, taking the initiative to complete his general education classes at Metro Community College before heading to the University of Nebraska. He's been taking Metro classes a good chunk of this year. His drive and determination are inspiring. Working with animals is more than a career, it's a calling. It requires patience, knowledge, and deep respect for the world around us. Peyton embodies all of these qualities. His journey ahead will shape the lives of countless animals and people who care for them. Peyton, as you take the next steps in your education and career, Never forget the passion that brought you here. Hard work and kindness and curiosity that make a real difference. Ladies and gentlemen, 2025 graduate, Peyton Gomez. Oscar Romero, come on up. Okay. Oscar, your journey started with us in August of 2023. It has been anything but easy. You faced challenges, some admittedly self-inflicted, and others thrust upon you. Yet here you stand, a testament to the power of perseverance. I'll be the first to tell you that the first few conversations that Oscar and I had didn't go perfectly. Anyone who's had me as a teacher knows that I can be fairly blunt sometimes and not always the best at sugarcoating things, but I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And it took Oscar and I kind of having a little bit of a, I'm not sure blow up is the right word, but a very frank chat. But it was amazing after that, like when he realized what we're trying to do and when I realized what he was trying to do, how things really came together. It was a pleasure to have him in class after that. He would even like give advice to other students sometimes, knock that stuff off, and try to work on your homework and everything. But Oscar also gives a lot of credit to his mother for his success, pushing and believing in him through everything. And Oscar didn't just overcome, he excelled, whether it was deciding to make attendance a priority or late night study sessions or towards graduation. And on October 22nd, all that hard work paid off, and Oscar turned in his final assignment and graduated. Oscar, you demonstrated that hard work is not just a means to an end, but it's a way of life. Oscar has expressed interest in getting involved in real estate, starting by the duplex, living on one side, renting out the other, then moving on to buying homes, flipping them for new families. Oscar, I know you constantly working outside of school when you were with us, and you're going to continue. I imagine you're always going to be hustling and working towards bigger and better. You reminded us that success is not measured by the challenges we face, but by how we rise to meet them. So let's all take a moment and celebrate 2025 graduate Oscar Romero. Ryan Pickard, come on up. Okay, Ryan is a student who I've had the pleasure of working with since he also started with us in August of 2023. His dedication and hard work has brought us to this moment. Ryan has talked about having a passion of working with his hands, building, creating, shaping the world around him. He's shown this by taking trades classes and welding classes and doing plenty of work with cars. I've had more than a couple conversations with Ryan about what he's doing with his truck, what he's doing with different cars. And anyone who really knows me, know that I just nodded my head and really tried to keep up because I didn't know what he was talking about for 90% of it, but dang it, I was interested and I was trying to keep up. So I do appreciate him explaining things to me a little bit extra from time to time. Ryan has also talked about getting into welding. Welding is more than just joining metal. It's about crafting something strong, something lasting. Ryan embodies those qualities: strength, resilience, commitment. And on January 29th this year, Ryan's hard work again paid off. He finished his final class. Ryan, as you move forward, knowing that your ability to create and build will shape not only your career, but the world around you. We're proud of you and excited for you. We can't wait to see what you accomplish. Keep forging your path. Ladies and gentlemen, 2025 graduate, Ryan Pickard. Rose. Come on up. All right. Today we celebrate Rose, a graduate whose strength strength, dedication, and selflessness has shaped not only her own future, but the lives of those around her. Throughout high school, Rose has balanced full-time work with her studies, all while taking care of her siblings with unwavering love and commitment. Her resilience and work ethic are nothing short of extraordinary. Rose is the kind of person who puts others before herself, who sees challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to grow and lead. Rose has expressed that she is going to take a gap year, but as she prepares to attend Northeast Community College to study business, she carries with her the determination and perseverance that have already defined her journey. Rose, you've proven that hard work and kindness can change the world. You inspire with your strength, and we know that whatever path you choose, you will continue to uplift those around you. Congratulations, 2025 graduates.
All right, thank you all for being here tonight to celebrate these graduates. I had 6 this year, and they honestly were a really fun bunch. They were really diverse and entertaining 6 seniors, and I wanted their speeches to reflect a little bit of that. So I tried to come up with something a little different, a little Dr. Seuss-ish, but just a few words before I let these speeches fly. I did get a little help from AI, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I'm a science teacher, I can rhyme. And I rewrote each of these like 17 times. So let's start with Savannah Escobedo. Savannah came to the Learning Center in March of 24 with focus and drive and her eyes on the door. 8 classes to go, she set a fast pace. Energetic, engaging, constant smile on her face. She continued with choir at FHS 2, 10 classes completed with straight A's all through. Her voice filled the halls with music and song, her passion for singing maintained all year long. She mentored in PE, showing kids how to move. With patience and humor, she found a good groove. At work with her preschoolers, her daycare loved her. Her energy and kindness are found in no other. She loves dogs, she's warm, and she's full of good cheer, a student whose presence made it fun to be here. She topped our leaderboard more than once for the week. Her drive and her focus were truly unique. With hardly a mistake her whole high school ride, responsible and diligent, she showed her best side. Now she's setting her sights on her future domain with plans for preschool teaching in frame. Her mom stands beside her with pride and support, a champion of her effort, the very best sort. And now here she is with her goals crystal clear, our very first Learning Center grad of the year. Congratulations. RJ Brown. RJ's road was winding, unpredictable each year, but he faced down his doubts and worked through his fear. Strongholds and struggles had knocked him down low, but deep in his heart, he still wanted to grow. He once ran track and played football with pride, till COVID swept in and shifted the tide. It pulled him away from the sports he adored, and life soon felt heavy, unbalanced, and bored. He drifted, he moved, he lost his own way, got caught with a crowd that led him astray. But RJ was thoughtful and quietly strong. He knew in his gut where he truly belonged. So in August 22, he gave the Learning Center a shot. He tried for a while, but he didn't give a lot. He dropped out, and then he worked, and life was running fast. He wasn't so sure that he could outlast, but he didn't give up, not a chance, not at all. With his supporters' persistence, he answered the call. He came back determined with purpose and grit, A daughter now watching how hard he commit. He completed assignments day in and day out and showed us what hope and redemption's about. Now RJ stands tall with a future so bright. At 21 years old, he has set his goals right. He advises the freshmen, believe in your heart. Your gut knows the way, be wise from the start. So here's to RJ. He fought and he won. We're so proud of your journey and the work you've done. Caleb Kennedy. Caleb walked in on a fine autumn day. On 10/2/23, he came the Learning Center way. From North Bend he arrived, and yes, what a move, to a brand new environment, all set to improve. With a smile so bright and a cheery hello, he lit up the room with his warm-hearted glow. Though attendance was tricky, and time sometimes flew, in the end he showed up and pushed himself through. He loved hoops and his friends, brought good vibes to class, though a few poor decisions once knocked him off task. But bounce back he did with focus and drive. He turned things around and he began to thrive. He climbed up the leaderboard, yes, it's true, and stuck to his values in all that he do. A great problem solver, both calm and smart. He now uses those skills as he makes a fresh start. He dreams of exploring a faraway land, learning new languages, and shaking new hands. Now Caleb has made it, and we're filled with pride. February 28th, he reached the grad side. And though Shannon may wonder where her books went to rest, we wish Caleb a future that's filled with all the best. Kylie Cassidy. Kylie walked in through the Learning Center door November the 4th, determined to soar. With 8 classes left, she set her own pace and stayed laser focused to finish the race. Her attendance, not bad. Her drive, even more. She juggled college and high school and still wanted more. She welded, she painted, she worked on a car, took German, did science. This girl is a star. She's Tennessee born with love for the trees, for books and fresh air. She daydreams with ease. She once dreamed of welding or the military side, but helping folks heal felt just right inside. The elderly love her. She's kind and she's bright. In healthcare, she found her heart's perfect delight. With family and friends who cheered her each day, she found her own path and carved her own way. She says one proud moment, the boldest, most true, was enrolling with us and seeing it through. She grew strong and steady and stood on her own, graduating a year early in a class of her own. So hats off to Kylie, her dreams won't be denied, with passion and purpose to be her true guide. From all of us here with joy and with care, we're cheering you on as you do all that you dare. All right, Sierra Harless. On October the 7th, she walked through our door, needing just 3 more classes, no less, no more. With a smirk and a spark and her mind set to go, she teamed up with Bruno and took it real slow. She's smart and she's sassy. She knows her own mind. And if she felt, nah, she'd head out. The decision is mine. But don't let that fool you. She cares and she tries. Helping others at Shalimar, she's kind, calm, and wise. She'll earn her CNA and her Med Aid too, because helping folks is what she's born to do. Math made her sweat, but she stuck to the game. On May 2nd, she crushed it and earned her acclaim. With 252.5 credits done, she now joins the grads. Her race has been run. Her dad cheered her on with support that won't quit. A hero, a helper, without even a fit. Maybe here or there. And today she stands tall as the stars did a line. She and Bruno finished at the exact same time. They worked side by side, every task, every test, together throughout doing their best. So congratulations to Sierra. With pride in our hearts, your journey's been special, but this is just the start. All right, last one, Connor Christensen. Connor showed up with a grin and a goal. Becoming a dad didn't slow down his role. His attendance was rocky, not always around, but he kept on pushing, feet firm on the ground. From drafting to plumbing, machine tools, and more, he explored every trade that MCC had in store. Electrical circuits, welding with fire, Connor dove in with style and desire. He'd stroll into class with that lure on his cap and welding dust still on his hands or his lap. His vibe was laid back, never anxious or tense, though his teachers and family were high in suspense. There were moments we worried he might miss the mark, but he doubled his classes and lit up a spark. He finished just barely in time at the line with a shrug and a smirk, like, see, I was fine. Now Alabama awaits this welder's new role as Connor sets off with a confident goal. So here's to the grit that lies under that hat. We're proud of you, Connor. Don't ever forget that. Yeah.
First up is Jake Nunn. Jake first enrolled with Learning Center. I do not have rhymes. Just be prepared. Sorry. Okay. Jake first enrolled at Learning Center December 2022 as a sophomore. It is safe to say that Jade has not always been enamored with the educational process and the structure of school. She's had the opportunity to experience large school settings, small school settings, but she was able to best showcase her individual intellect and personal responsibility while at Learning Center. The half-day classes and work experience program allowed Jade to set her own pace and work ahead of schedule. Jade was able to complete 9 classes during that second semester of her sophomore year. She came back and did 18 classes during her junior year, leaving only 2 classes that were required for her to complete the senior year, which she finished on October 3rd. During the rest of this school year, she also completed her CNA. She has started working full-time at Dunkville Gardens. Next year, she plans to attend nursing school through Methodist to follow a family tradition. A quote I have for you today is by B.B. King. The beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. The knowledge and skills that you gained in high school will be yours forever. A solid foundation on which you build your nursing career and ability to care for others. Your work ethic will ensure that you make the most of every learning opportunity. We are so proud and grateful that you shared your journey with us. Congratulations, Jake. Miss Destiny Sayer, please come forward. Destiny is a student who has shown strength, determination, and a desire to make a difference. She came to Learning Center in October 2024, post her original cohort to complete the last 4 classes that she needed for graduation. An Indian philosopher by the name of Jiddu says real learning comes about when the competitive spirit has ceased. Destiny returned to school to complete her last classes on her own timeline. which shows her commitment to learning and also to her future. As we heard earlier, graduation is truly the beginning of a lifelong pathway. Destiny has a strong interest in psychology and has considered multiple careers that support mental health, such as assisting patients in residential treatment or possibly a social worker. Her immediate plans after graduation are to apply as a prison guard in Saunders County Correctional Facility. Destiny, we're proud of you, and we are excited to see where your strength and compassion lead you. Best wishes always, and congratulations on earning your 2025 diploma. Marissa Scott. Marissa has completed 8 classes in the last 10 weeks since her enrollment with us on March 3rd. She finalized her graduation requirements yesterday on May 7th, with the opportunity for some credit recovery at FHS, her work experience hours, and a lot of independent homework. Marissa has shown her dedication to creating a life of success and stability. In her autobiography, Marissa described herself as a rebellious teen at the start of her high school. Her rebellious decision-making became more challenging when she also became a teen mom. Her son Isaac has just turned 2. Excellent choice of name, by the way. We have something in common. Marissa quickly realized that she had an opportunity to change her decisions and therefore change multiple pathways. First for her adulthood, her career, and her personal relationships, but also the pathway for her son's childhood and well-being. Her career plans have also changed since having her son. She will pursue nursing, specifically in the NICU or pediatric fields. She plans to complete her CNA next through Metro and then move to Florida next year with family, where she will continue her degree. Nelson Mandela says education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. As a nurse, you will be changing the world one baby or one child patient at a time. Your education combined with your dedication will equip you with the tools to make a real difference. We are proud of you. Congratulations on your 2025 diploma. Last and definitely not least, Ada Nixon.
Yeah, Uncle Ed.
We'll start with a quote by Albert Einstein. The important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Aiden prefers that his educational path be anything but ordinary. We are grateful to have been part of his learning experience and have appreciated the challenge of a curious mind. Aiden has a strong intellect, he learns quickly, he loves to research independently, and especially excels in applications of knowledge in new capacities. Aiden began attending Learning Center during his sophomore year in February 2023. Aiden has frequently taken advantage of our 25 assignment policy to earn time away from the classroom, as well as additional electives from work experience hours. He's been involved in various sports through his school career, but most memorable, competing skillfully in trap shooting events, starting from grade 6 all the way through state track competition last year. Aiden has many future plans and also innumerable opportunities for success in his future. He does not have the intention to work a 9 to 5, nor follow a lengthy traditional university degree program. Instead, he intends to find multiple independent educational opportunities and income pathways that will blend a love of knowledge with passion. Some specific areas of interest are microbiology, botany, stock investment portfolios, and investments of hobbies like collectible trading cards and builder sets. William Butler Yeats says, education is not just the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. We are extremely proud of you, Aiden, for your hard work in school. However, we are most excited for your pursuit of new ideas in the future. Congratulations on your 2025 diploma. Aiden, signing off. I know we've said it many, many times, but we deeply appreciate the time that you have taken to spend with us this evening to celebrate the successes of our graduates for this year, the families, our school community, We cannot express enough how much we appreciate you, and my hope is that your graduate will also share their gratitude for all of the support and the push that has helped them get to this point today. We are here for a little bit longer. We have refreshments for everybody, cake and punch. We invite you to enjoy, relax a little bit, enjoy each other's company. And just want to say one more time how really very proud we are of all of you. Thank you. Keep the flowers, pat them down. Actually, with the faces, you can take it.
Good luck to you.